So people who were not able to attend can attend. And then I'm gonna share my screen. Usually every Saturday we do mindset calls because a lot of times our journey, as you all know, is very, very mental. We got to get in the right mindset in order to make these changes, not just a temporary change of body composition, but to make it permanent and last for a long time. So that's why we really enforce mindset quite a bit. All right, we are recording and we are live. Ready?
All right, cool. Let's do it. Got a good one for you guys today. All right, everybody see the screen? Everybody give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody and we're gonna get this thing freaking cracking. All right, cool. So today, purpose comes first. Your purpose, your why comes before everything else. So as always, this is interactive, play full out, take notes. If you have a question, feel free to just go ahead and unmute yourself and ask the question. So how do you achieve the ultimate life that you want to live? Visualize your future, connect with your purpose, connect with your why, make non-negotiable rules. So those are 3 pieces that we're going to cover today. So you might have been taught, if we just work hard enough, then we're going to have a great and amazing life. Well, a lot of people work hard in the wrong direction. So the result can be not being fulfilled. So does anyone know of anyone that worked really hard, but in a career that they don't like? Probably. That's wasted time that you can't get back. So if you don't have purpose, that's going to hurt your drive. So purpose, if you know where you want to go, then obstacles will be much easier to overcome. So knowing where you want to go is the first step. And this is realizing your true purpose. So I had a conversation with pretty much every single one of you. Why do you want to do this? Why is this important to you? To really dig in there, because until you're really aware of why you want to do something, why you want to become the healthiest, strongest, most optimized version, most resilient version of yourself, then you won't know how to get there. And the more unclear the picture is, the harder it is to get there. That's why we dig and ask those questions, to bring new levels of awareness to you. Because if we know where we're going, then when we hit a fork in the road, we know where to go. So if you want to go to New York and you see a sign that says New York or Miami, you know where to go, and not Miami right now. That's where all the corona is. All right. So if you don't know where you're going, then you may be going the wrong direction. You might feel stuck. You might get decision fatigue. And when decision fatigue comes, we get the F-its. I'm sure we've all felt that before. So the more clarity you can get on who you are now and who you want to become, the better you're going to be able to, again, overcome obstacles. And so you have to decide, like, what does it mean for you? Like, what does the best version of you mean? And what kind of life do you want to live? So visualization exercise. You guys can screenshot this one. I want you to really think on it. So fast forwarding 10 years down the road, who are you with? How are you feeling? And really just describe that in detail. Write that out. It's a very powerful exercise. What do you look like? What have you accomplished? So again, this is a big picture thinking exercise that is very, very powerful. So just to give a personal example, 10 years down the road, I'm in the best shape of my life at 52. Trammy and I are at our 2nd child's birthday party. She helped come up with these slides because there's not one yet. She got 2 on there. So with our family and dogs and eating delicious macro-friendly enchiladas, ice cream, pancakes, celebrating the success of our coaching business, where we've changed over 10,000 people's lives worldwide, and we've helped our clients lose 1 million pounds. We're debt-free and have abundant savings for our children to to get educated and for our favorite charity. So that's just an example and an idea, guys. Just getting something out there starts the process. So very powerful to just do this. Just get it down on paper, write it out. Just the power of actually writing something down engages our visual, auditory, and kinesthetic senses all at the same time. So it's very powerful to write out your goals.
Can we have a list of those again?
Absolutely. Yep. You can.
The ones before the questions to ask us?
Yes. Yep. Feel free to take a screenshot of that. And I will also, this recording will go in the Facebook group as well. So yeah, these are very, very powerful questions to pose to yourself and be able to think on. Good. All right. So how will achieving your health and fitness goals move you closer to the ultimate vision that you have for yourself? Because in asking every one of you, why do you want to get in better shape? Why do you want to be healthier? Why do you want that? Has more to do than with just numbers on the scale.
Right.
So when we go deeper than this number, you know, what do we come up with? Why is this important to you? Why do you want this? Who is this new identity of the person you're creating for yourself? Like, what can that person do? What is that person capable of? Who does that person surround themselves with? What decisions does that person make on a day-to-day basis? So, a personal example of my why, my purpose. So there was a time in my life where I negatively influenced myself. I negatively influenced other people, some of them no longer living. And I can't change that, you know, but I get to make a difference every day moving forward. I get to help other people. I get to help people reach their full potential. I get to help people become the strongest, most resilient version of themselves. I get to do those things and I love it. And I want to be a freaking badass and ripped up when I'm 50. And I want to always live with passion. I always want to be learning and growing, learning from the best leaders and coaches in the world so I can take that information and I can give it out to the people that I work with as well. So that's what I want. And I want to help you guys all become leaders to train leaders. So if we can create leaders that can create leaders, you become the leader of yourself, you become the leader of your family, you become the leader of your circle and bring everybody else up, then everybody wins. So it's freaking awesome. And that's why I do what I do. It's what guides me and helps me make decisions every day. So by saying no, you're saying yes. So when we create non-negotiable rules by saying no to the things that don't serve you, you're saying yes to your future identity and to your ultimate goals. So when you get to that fork in the road, knowing where you want to go, knowing why you want to go there is going to make it a lot easier for you to bypass and say no to temporary satisfactions that might feel good in the moment, but don't align with what you ultimately want for yourself. So non-negotiable rules I put for myself: stop drinking. You know, I drank here and there, but it was leading down a path that I didn't like and it wasn't serving me. And so one day I woke up and it was a little bit hungover and my weight had gone up and I said, no more. Like, if I'm going to be a leader, if I'm going to be somebody that people look up to, that is not aligned with that vision. And so been several years, no alcohol. And working out 6 days a week. I do it because I like it. I really enjoy it. No fast food. These things were just not serving us. So all those were things that took us further away, both me and Tramy, from our ultimate goals that we have for ourselves. So you have to decide what it is you want for yourself and create non-negotiable rules with some of those things. And it's not always easy, but when you decide what you really want, then it's important to have those in there. So it's your choice. You know, meal prepping and exercising can be tough. It's way easier to just hit the drive-through at Carl's Jr., Whataburger, whatever. It's easier. It's easy to eat whatever you want, whenever you want. That's the easy thing. Okay. However, when you want results and you want a life like no one else, then you have to be willing to make decisions to live a way like nobody else does. So your decisions impact the results that you have for yourself, big picture moving forward. So every time you make a decision that's in line with your goals, that are in line and successfully keep you on plan, using that type of language, the better you're going to be off and the faster you're going to reach your goal. So, and just asking yourself, is the decision I'm about to make one that my future self would be proud of, that my peers, that people that look up to me, that my kids would be proud of? And then just having clarity. And clarity is just not like a light switch. Like you think about it and boom, there it is. I haven't found it to work like that. It's like a dimmer switch. Like the more you focus on it and the more you continually refine it, the more clear that picture is going to become, and the path to get there becomes more clear as well. So once you know where you want to go, the choices become much easier to make. And they may be initially more difficult because they require us stepping outside of our comfort zone. They require us learning new skills. And whenever we're learning a new skill, it can be challenging. It can be frustrating. Like, who's ever learned a new skill before? You can remember when you first started learning it, you're like, oh man. But now you just do it and you don't even think about it, right? So same thing. Just know anytime we're encountering resistance, we're encountering frustration, that just means we're right on the other side of a breakthrough. Keep going. So group activity here. Where do you want to be in 10 years? These are questions to write down, and I'm going to call on some of you guys to answer them. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Scribe it. Why do you want to be there? And what will guide you to successfully stay on track when you're presented with temporary pleasures will be taking you away from your goals? So I say it in this way: what will guide you to successfully stay on track versus what will keep you from failing, right? Guide you to successfully stay on track, just better, more powerful words, empowering words to use than failing. Does that make sense? All right, so let's go around a little bit. I'm gonna pick on Michael. Michael Day. I'm so happy to have him on the call.
I had to remind him.
So happy to have him on the call. Michael, go ahead and unmute yourself. Just tap the little button there and unmute.
All right. How's that?
All right. So, 10 years, Michael, where do you want to be?
Do what?
Where do you want to be 10 years from now?
10 years from now? Well, 10 years from now, I'll be 73 years old, but 10 years from now, I want to be in some of the shape that I remember about 6-7 years ago, I was running in a marathon and thought I was doing real good till a 78-year-old man passed me. So I'm kind of wanting to be a 78-year-old man in 10 years. So still motivated, still energetic, still healthy, still knocking it down every day.
Love it. Love it, Michael. You're doing freaking awesome, man.
It's been amazing. I'm loving it.
Great. All right. I'm going to pick on Callie. Callie, where do you want to be 10 years from now? Go ahead and unmute yourself. There, I got you.
10 years from now, I will be almost 66 years old. So 10 years from now, I'm a public speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. I have come into my own. I know who I am more deeply. I'm beautiful. I know the way that I will dress. I know that I will achieve great success because of it. My motivation, to stay on track is, I think, because you know, I've just come out of 15 years of being an alcoholic. I've been sober for 1 year this week. And when you look back at that, you know, I kind of entered into drinking as a young person, and it's taken me into, you know, 20 years really of not that there weren't successes in there, but there were a lot of things that happened that were just senseless, you know, a lot of wasted time. And I can't go back and redo that, but I can learn from that and move forward. Just in the week that I've been a part of this since Monday, it's interesting just on Facebook, posting pictures and talking a little bit. I have people every single day, especially today, that have reached out and said, "You are so motivating. I am so inspired by your food," and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and I'm like, I don't even know the information. I'm just, you know, I'm just on this path also. But it's very interesting when we start on a path that's positive and inspiring, is that you become almost like the Pied Piper. It's like people are gravitating, they will gravitate towards that, because we just live in a society, we're a group of people who are searching. You know, we want answers, we want to be happy. We don't know how to get there all the time, but I think everybody wants that, you know, and they're trying to find that way. And I think when we become people who learning under Rob, it's like we become conduits. We become people who get to carry that message. And I think there's a great responsibility in our knowledge and what we do. It's not just knowledge for us, but it's knowledge that we are able to extend to other people. And I think that when I keep that in mind, I know that it's the right goal because it excites me. It makes me happy, like in my deepest part. And I know that my only block in the road is whether or not I choose to do the things that I know that I need to do to get there. I don't know everything, but I know enough steps to move forward so that I can learn the next steps to move forward.
Really powerful share, Callie. Got freaking goosebumps listening to you. I know you got some big things coming in your future. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Cousin Chris, what will guide you to successfully stay on track when you're presented with temporary pleasures you know will be taking you away from your goals?
What will guide me to successfully stay on track is my vision of a better future, where I want to be a person of integrity and honesty and be reliable. Just be surrounded by friends and family, have open and honest relationships with people, and yeah.
Love
The last one was.
Love it, man.
Go ahead.
Super proud of you, man. And we have like 4 Chris's in the group now. It's pretty cool. All right, Joe. Go ahead and unmute yourself. What are you going to do, man?
So, in 10 years, in 10 years, I've gone from part-time to full-time financial advisors with $5 million in assets under management. I'm out of debt and on track to complete financial independence. I'm in the best shape of my life so that I can go hiking and exploring with my family and be involved in my kids' activities. Autumn and I live in our forever home with land that has space to have a garden and chickens and other livestock to grow and process our own food, so we know that it's good. and I have other land on which I can fish and hunt. And we go, or at least I do. Autumn may not go, but I'll go deep sea fishing once a year to get a full year's supply of fish out of like 1,000-pound fish.
Oh, I love it, man. That's so good. So good. Thank you for sharing. All right. Let me see. Adam, what we got, man? 10 years down the road.
I'd like to be splitting my time between here and our lake house and hanging out with the family and working full time from both different places. And my wife's pregnant and our other kids are young, so just kind of spending time with them and working, relaxing, and being healthy and in shape to do it.
Love it, man. Love it. Awesome. All right. Derek, 10 years, man. Where we at? What's going on?
In 10 years, I don't really know. Financially, 10 years I would be happy to have what I had 10 years ago, and focus more on family and I guess more family time for the next 10 years or in 10 years. So more, I guess, residual income versus hard work that I did in the past through my first marriage. But yeah, in 10 years, I'll work out, stay healthy, make it a habit, I guess.
You guess.
I mean, no, not guess, but that's ultimately what's going to happen. I mean, I'm working on smaller projects. I mean, before it was all commercial. Now I have to step back and, start small again and do residential and back to some retail businesses, but I'll get there. Working on it.
You're doing awesome, Derek. We got some
Thanks.
big stuff in store for you too, man. You're crushing it. Proud of you, dude.
Thanks.
All right, Susan. Where are we going to be 10 years down the road?
Well, in 10 years, I will be 80. And so I will be able to take care of myself, and I'm strong enough to do the stuff that I need to do around my house. And pretty much that's it. Spend time with family as I can.
Love it. You're doing so freaking awesome.
She's almost
Susan.
down 50 pounds.
Almost down 50 pounds. Rocking tank tops, looking amazing.
Attractive.
Love it. Proud of you. All right, Michael Keener. We hear from Michael Keener. 10 years down the road, man, where you at?
10 years, I'll be just about 44, and should be having a business ran that me and my brothers have been wanting to get up and running here for a while.
Should be.
Will be.
Right.
Getting it up and running, and I'm almost out of debt now with what I've been doing, taking the steps to do that, so that won't be an issue 10 years from now. And just keeping myself accountable and with my writing my things down that I need to continue writing, getting back into my full positive mindset that I stepped away from here a little bit in the last 6 months, and to get I'll be back in a good mindset and keeping positive and just making sure to keep my brothers in a positive mindset as well, like I normally try to do all the time, keeping them positive and enjoying life.
Awesome, dude. Keep crushing it. Proud of you, man. All right, Chris Kane.
I'm here.
10 years down the road, what we got going on, man?
And I was really inspired by the, mantra, the thing we said earlier this week, and I really think I could be, the best in my industry here in the lab game. I think in 10 years, I want to be doing consulting. I want to be running my own regional lab. Maybe speaking at national events. So, I mean, I'm really hyper focused on work success right now.
Love it. These answers give me freaking goosebumps today. Love it. Love it. All right, Dusty, 10 years down the road, where are we at?
Well, my plan, first of all, is to be alive.
Yes, that's always good.
I want to be the 80-year-old with abs.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome.
I want to be, I also want to be an inspiration to others that even though you start out more than 50 pounds overweight and you're already a senior citizen, that you can, if you go step by step and day by day, you can make a tremendous difference in your health. And being healthy, that's a major thing right now. To continue to be in health, because living a healthy lifestyle is the major factor in staying healthy.
Love it. Love it. All right. I think one more, Autumn, and then we are going to freaking go over a couple announcements real quick. We're going to cap it off, some powerful affirmations to freaking crush our weekend. Autumn, let's hear it. 10 years down the road.
So in 10 years, I'm going to be 42, debt-free, have a successful real estate business where I'm leading a team of people. We're going to have built our dream home with some land. So just like Joe said, we can have our garden. It was so funny. I heard him saying that because I was like, I wrote the same thing. So, have a garden and raise our own chickens and cows and stuff so we can have healthy food. And I'm going to be in the best shape of my life, coaching my kids, sports teams, and being able to be present for everything because we have the freedom of time and money, just working hard now to build our businesses so we can do that with our family. So that's where I'm going to be in 10 years.
Love it. All right. Cool. I think I hit everybody, I believe. Cool. Very cool. That's so awesome. All right. So we're going to hit our affirmations real quick, and then I'm going to do Q&A. That way, if anyone needs to hop off, you can do that.
You want to do announcements first?
So I'm going to go ahead and hit announcements. So we've got new and improved training app. Guys, this is freaking awesome. So Trami's going to be reaching out to you all with the new username and password. The logo is our logo, our little ring, twice bitten ring. So we'll have MyFitnessPal hooked up to it. Fitbit, if you have it. It also has an option where you can manually enter the steps. Darren, if you got a Garmin and you want to use the Garmin, got you, man. Got you. So check-ins are going to be due today and Thursday every week thereafter that. We got some feedback from you guys, and we want to do check-ins on Thursday. That way you got the weekend to do your shopping. You got your grocery list before the weekend. Cool. So weekly feedback sent via email by Saturday. And guys, getting those back to us because we operate off of feedback from you. So if you're feeling stuck with anything, if we can help make something better, you got to let us know so we can make tweaks and changes.
So that the weekly check-in is going to be in your dashboard. So for people who already got access to PTD, that's Derek. Callie, you still need to log in. Chris Groupie, you haven't gotten it yet. There's a few people who haven't gotten it yet. I'm going to send invites to all of you guys today. If you guys have issues, I'll help you. If for those people who are a little bit more technologically challenged, it's totally fine. I'm here. Keener, you're already on there. Who else is already on there?
What's PTD?
It's called Personal Trainer Distinction.
Basically, the app that I've been talking to you on, Callie, we got a new improved app that's even better. Okay?
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to send you an email invite again after this. I'm going to send everybody an email invite. I want you guys to log in and download that app. And as soon as everything's connected, we're going to stop using the old app so it's not confusing. So the PTD is the new app. The Trainerize is the old app. Trainerize is the black and yellow one. New app has a ring on it. That's our logo.
All right, we'll get to Q&A here in just a second. I want everybody to go ahead and unmute yourself. We want to go through our freaking affirmations together and crush your weekend. So everybody go ahead and unmute, and I'm going to go, and then you guys are going to go. Cool? Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm lovable. I'm valuable. I'm enough.
I'm lovable.
I'm valuable,
I'm enough.
I have all the tools and drive needed to achieve my goals.
I have
I have
all the
tools and drive needed to achieve my goals.
My goals.
Energy, guys. Come on. I'm a winner. I look like a winner. I succeed like a winner.
I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
I look like a winner. I succeed like a winner.
I'm sharp. I'm enthusiastic. I'm an expert.
I am
sharp.
sharp. I'm
Enthusiastic.
I
I'm an
am
expert.
I'm the best in my country. I'm the best in my industry. I'm the best in the world.
I am
I'm
the
the
Best in my country. I'm the best in the industry.
I am the best in the world.
I'm the best.
I'm the
I'm the
best.
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 I'm the
I'm
best.
the best.
I
Best.
am the best.
Best.
Oh,
I'm the best.
I'm gonna be hanging around for any Q&A. This is such a good. This meeting was a freaking good one. So, any questions anyone has, bring them and let's tackle them.
So can we start using the new app as of today or start Monday?
Yep, you can use it as of today.
Derek,
So delete.
Derek,
We're fixing to break you off, dude.
Derek, you're completely switched over. So you can
Okay.
stop the old app.
Can I just delete that old app?
Sure.
Okay,
You
sounds
totally
good.
Yep, we got you on. We're putting you on the bulking cycle. It's
Yeah.
time to grow.
So
dude.
Derek is totally over. Autumn and Joe, you guys are totally over. Chris, oh no, you're
Kane.
last name. Chris Kane, you're totally over. Michael Keener, you're totally over. I need to get after Callie, Chris Ruby, Susan, and anybody else I'm missing? That's it.
Dusty.
Dusty.
Yep.
I'll get you guys your sent in your stuff right now.
Cool. Any other questions, guys? Any questions you got? Bring them.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So this being my first week, I've worked with the My Fitness before. I guess my question is, in you and Trammy's everyday life, are you still charting all of your grams every day?
Yeah.
Every day?
Mhm.
Even on things, I mean, are you still like your big bowl of goop that you eat, are you still weighing that out?
Yeah.
Or have you done it so many times that you know it?
So I've done it so many times, so it works like this. So in the evening time, as soon as I finish my goop, I prepare the goop for the next evening.
Okay.
So as soon as I finish it, I'll put the empty Tupperware beer on the scale, zero it out. I put grits in it. I put 40 grams of grits. And by doing it so many times, I've gotten to where I can dump out almost exactly 40. Right? So I can do it pretty fast. Same thing, then I hit it with oatmeal, and then I do some PB2 powder, and I mix that all up real quick, put the cashew milk in there, and then I'll put it in the microwave. And while it's cooking in the microwave, I'll make both me and Trammy's pancakes, weighing them both out in individual containers. So again, I'll put my little Tupperware container on the scale, zero it out, put my oatmeal in there, put hers on the scale, zero it out, put her oatmeal in there, and I'll put my blueberries and her blueberries, and my egg whites and her egg whites, and my cottage cheese and her cottage cheese. And so I got it down. It's just boom, boom, boom. Just doing it so many times, I still do it, but I've gone through it so many times, I don't even have to think about doing it. It just happens.
And are you still charting your caloric intake every day?
Every day.
Okay.
Yep. So the cool thing about getting to know your numbers and getting this system down is it's just like if we're talking about like financial freedom, it doesn't mean that we could just eat whatever or spend whatever, go to the casinos, like you still have to know what's going on. So it's the same thing with food freedom. We're building the structure, and within that structure is going to be the freedoms.
Mhm.
So now, like, I know my numbers and I can eat whatever I want. I can fit whatever I want into those numbers, but it's just, do I want to make those trade-offs?
Right.
And so continually, yes, knowing your numbers I've tracked now like 800 and something days consecutively. And now I don't even have to think about it. I just do it, So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I still track, and that's why I'm able to stay dialed in, stay as lean as I have for 2+ years, and still be able to have a lot of freedom and be able to eat the things that I want to eat when I want to eat them. So just getting so good at knowing your numbers, knowing the system, that you have a lot of freedoms in there, but just become so good at it that just tracking it becomes second nature. And that doesn't mean, that if you go out, when I go out to an event or something like that, I'm not taking a scale with me in a restaurant and weighing stuff out. What I'm going to do in that situation is that's not going to be an everyday type deal for me. It's going to be every once in a while. And then when I go out, I'm going to pick whatever that thing is that I choose to eat. I'm going to pick whatever the highest calorie variation that MyFitnessPal has of that thing. So I know I'm probably overcompensating for how many calories I'm actually taking. So it still gives you the freedom to do those things. But as far as like when you want to have like the most control and success of what's going on, by you actually weighing it yourself, you're going to be the most accurate. Anytime like you go out or have somebody else do it, you're going to be guessing. Because even if MyFitnessPal is on the deal for the restaurant, like the dude in the back that's making your stuff, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that MyFitnessPal says that a serving of this is that. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. He wants you to come back because food tastes good. So he's going to probably put oil and sugar and whatever else, to get you to be like, oh my God, it's good. I want to eat it again. Right. So is that helpful?
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody have anything else? Love questions.
What's the goop?
The goop, that is my special, like, I don't even know how I came up with it. It was whenever I had specific certain macros for a period of time, I needed to have a certain amount of carbohydrates, proteins, fats. So having oatmeal and having grits, I was just finding different things that were like more pure carb sources. So the goop is like a combination of grits, oatmeal, cashew milk, PB2 powder, cinnamon, pumpkin spice, calorie-free, sugar-free granulated stevia in the microwave for 20 minutes, stirred up, and then 800 grams of fat-free yogurt, along with some sugar-free Walden Farms chocolate, pancake, and blueberry syrup, and then mixed up, put in the refrigerator overnight, and then eaten the next day with Kim's Magic Pops. What was that? You're on mute, Callie.
That sounds like a potion from Harry Potter for.
Yeah, it sounds horrible.
He's like perfected it over the years for the last 2 years.
I know that it takes 20.
He even
6
memorized
minute
how
plus
many.
28 30-second add-on pokes on the microwave.
He even knows exactly how many times to push the button on the microwave to get the exact minutes.
Do you eat that too, Trammy?
I don't do that. He's been trying to get me to eat that for like 2 years. I won't eat it. It's just like, it looks like poop.
Oh my gosh.
If you put a couple of his hairs in it, you'll look like him too. I've seen that.
So I have an evening time, like I stack my day. Like right now I'm at 2,900 calories. I'm at a bit of a cut because we got some more pictures coming up. So what's cool now, the last time I went on a cut and a deficit, I was at 2,200 calories. This time I got to build up to 3,600. So my cut is only down to 2,900. So it's cool. Like as you guys get more into the system, it works off like a looped process of where your ranges go. So it's pretty cool. So 2,900 calories is me cutting. So I have stacked in the evening time. I have my lightest meal as lunch, and then my dinner, is right before my pancakes, which is right before my goop, which is right before my massive shake that I have. So at dinner time, when I'm psychologically the most hungry, is when I get to eat the most volume of food, and I get to hit my numbers exactly and go to bed feeling like a winner and all full. And that just psychologically works for me. So that's the cool thing about when you know your numbers and when you're most hungry, this system can be worked to align with how you're feeling, so you can still get the results, and it's just tacked on to your normal behaviors, if that makes sense.
Do you still weigh every day?
Every day. I weigh like 3 times a day. And that's a really good question. I'm glad you brought that up, because whenever we're using our scale and whatever we're using to measure and track body fat percentage, just know that that is not a perfect guide. So it is something to use as a baseline. So for example, like I weigh myself the last thing in the evening, I weigh myself first thing in the morning, and I weigh myself after my workout, just because I like to see how much my weight fluctuates in a day. Because when you know your numbers, you can know with certainty, unless you really went off the deep end, if you gained weight, that it's not fat, that it is a fluctuation in water, knowing what your numbers are. So for example, if I weigh first thing in the morning and then I weigh after my workout, I might be 6 pounds lighter after my workout, just in how much I've sweat out. I mean,
Wow.
my weight can fluctuate as much as 15 pounds in a 24-hour period. I'll weigh like 235 at night, and then after my workout, I'll weigh like 217.
Wow.
And so I tell you that also because what do you think happens with body fat percentage readings and lean mass readings when your weight differentiates that much? It changes. Okay, but knowing like, okay, if my lean mass is different from when I weighed 235 the night before to when I weighed 217 the next day, and it says my muscle mass has decreased, did it really? No, probably not. You know, it's just the equations that measuring apparatus is using. Okay, so I want to throw that out there because I know sometimes people can freak out about that a little bit. Like, oh my God, I'm not getting enough protein. My muscle mass is going down. Like as you lose weight, the measuring apparatus you use may say your lean mass is decreasing, and that might not be accurate. Okay, because if you're now doing resistance training when you weren't before, you're getting stronger, then you're not losing muscle. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there because it's something that I see people encounter sometimes. And then also about weight loss is not linear. You know, the body can fluctuate as much as 7% in water weight in a 24-hour period. So it has to do with things, inflammation, if you're sick, if you got enough sleep, the last time you ate the night before versus when you weigh. If you're weighing yourself first thing in the morning every day, how late did you eat the night before? You might not have pooped yet. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that can vary our weight. So that's why it's important, why we like to get weights every day, because it accounts for what is the trend happening with the weight on a week-to-week basis. Because if we get where we're only weighing in like once a week, for example, you might weigh, let's say your numbers were exactly the same, but one time you weighed in and it happened to be a low day, and the next time you weighed in, it happened to be a high day. In your mind, what just happened? You're like, oh shoot, I gained like 8 pounds since last week. Oh my God. And then we start making all these emotional decisions versus when we have the data, we can know if I ate the same amount of calories the last 3 days in a row and all of a sudden my weight jumped up 7 pounds, did I just gain 7 pounds of fat? We can know with certainty, no, I did not. That's got to be water. Why am I retaining water? That's the question. Versus on the other hand, if we did really well for 3 days and then we went off the deep end and we had 3 large pizzas and 4 tubs of ice cream and we finished it all, knowing, okay, like I weigh 5 more pounds than I did yesterday, but when I look at the numbers, yep, I earned it. That's probably real. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Great questions, guys. Anybody have anything else? Any other questions? All right. This training will go into the Facebook group. You guys freaking crush your weekend. Hit us up with anything, anytime. We'll talk to you all soon. See ya.